against Wei Nan, the 20th ranked player in the world. That should be a good one. The man from Hong Kong just narrowly escaping. He was 11-2 down, to remind you, in against Howard Hsu, in a great deal of trouble. Then we've got women's doubles and a couple of men's singles and the women's singles as well. So don't go anywhere. We're on to our, what is it, the 7th match of the day upcoming. The local man from Jakarta, Tommy Sugiarto, the 15th seed, in action next. Stay with us for this one, just awaiting them to the court. Just their section of the draw. We're at the bottom of the top half of the men's singles draw. And you can see, there they are. Howard Hsu lost to Wei Nan, having been, what was he, something like a 12-2 up in the deciding game. Wei Nan coming good in the end. Scott Evans will play Zulkifli. And they will meet the winners of this match for a round of 16 encounter. I'm Paul Hand, thanks to Jill Clark and Steen Pedersen, alongside me, Jesper Larsen as well. Former world #1 in doubles, Jesper. We're awaiting Tommy Sugiarto up next. He's always been ranked inside the top 20. This, over the last 12 months, has Sugiarto. His opponent has been as high as 17th in the world, currently ranked 20th, the 31-year-old from Hong Kong.
We'll see in a few minutes.
So this man, Sugiarto, 15th seed, been as high as 3 in the world. Well, he was 3 in the world. He was runner-up in the Malaysian Open. Also runner-up in the Destination Dubai Super Series World Finals in December 2013, and he had a couple of semi-finals as well. But this year, he's played 12 tournaments this year. He's won 1. Of course, that was the Russian Open, 2 semi-finals, the Indian Open and the French Open. A couple of third-rounders as well. 6 first-round losses, but he's had sort of niggles with his back injury a few months ago. He also beat Lin Dan at the Indian Super Series in the quarterfinals. What a result that was for him. Anyway, a confirmation he beat the Spaniard. We commentated on that match. It was straight games against Pablo Abian. On to his opponent today. What a match he had, first match against Howard Hsu. That was a really, really close encounter. Ranked 20th, been as high as 17. Came through 21-18 in his match against Howard Hsu in 57 minutes. He won 66 points, Hsu won 63. And that was the second match on court 1 on Monday. Let's hope he's recovered. That was a real grueling one, not only physically, Jesper, but mentally as well. Very, very tough. He lost in the round of 16 at Copenhagen last year in this event. Since then, he's played 14 tournaments. He really made a semi-final, which is a bit out of character for a man that's been a little bit higher than 20th in the world. Chinese Masters, that was, where he made the semi-final. They played 3 times before. Sugiarto won the last meeting in the Indian Open. 21-12, 21-13. Confirmation there on the graphic. Wei Nan won a couple of meetings before that, both in 2014 in the Asian Games and in the Hong Kong Open. Confirmation of our umpire, Paul Buffon. But both the wins, Jesper, that Wei Nan had were in 3 close games. So they always have really, really tight matches, seemingly. Should be interesting to see how this 4th encounter unfolds.
Well, that is definitely interesting. I think they played each other, as you said, in India, and Sugiarto had a good tournament in India. Also beat Lin Dan. But India reminds me a little bit of the hole that we're playing in here in Senayan. It's a warm hole, and there's quite a drift in India too, which is the same in here. Indonesians are usually very good with drifts, and so I'd say I have a little bit of an eye to Sugiarto.
To serve. Love all. Play.
He's a treat to watch, isn't he? And he's going to get us underway here.
Service over. 1 love.
Well, for this man, it's a real step up in class. Totally different proposition altogether than playing Howard Shoot, that's for sure.
2 love.
Yeah, when he was playing Xu, he got off really well, like he does now, but then he kind of fell asleep, and Howard took all the initiative, and what was he down? 12-2 in the third set? Oh, yeah, 12-2 in the third set. But what a comeback he had.
Yeah, he had to dig very deep, didn't he? That's when you get a good look at the mental profile of your player. Showed a lot of character. Always found it.
Oh yeah, that one. The drift comes from the left to the right and just carries it in.
2-all.
But in this rally, we also saw an example of Wei Nan's net game. He is so sharp at that net, and even though he is below the tape, he still tried to go for it, and he is so precise and has so good techniques up there.
Pretty thorough overhead as well. That was a good kill.
3-2.
Yeah, that was a good chance to take. Just misplaced it a little bit.
Given Tommy's sort of pedigree and standing in the game, and is seeded 15th, you'd expect a pretty strong start from him. But of course there's that topic that we haven't discussed yet of home expectation. Tough to manage as a player, Jesper, isn't it?
We just saw that in the last match, didn't we? World number 3 in men's doubles, former world champions, playing a French couple. I don't even think they discussed tactics before the match, because they were so sure that that's not going to be a problem. But when you're standing in there and you have all of these expectations on your shoulder, then it's just a different story. I think we will see here in the prelim rounds that some of the Indonesians are very nervous in the beginning, but when they finally arrive to the later rounds, I think you will see that the home crowd that will be a benefit for them, and the support will actually help them. But they just need to get out there, maybe to the quarterfinals or so, and then we will see a different picture, I think.
Terrific jump smash there from Sugiarto. Wei Nan is giving away 4 years to his Indonesian opponent. He's 31, is Wei Nan. Sugiarto, 27.
5-all.
See, that's the biggest problem for Wei Nan is, and that was the same against Howard in the first round, is his serve. He's got quite a difficult serve, and if his opponent starts putting a lot of pressure on that one, it also makes him unsecure, and it's not good for the rest of his game too, because he gets really unsecure about that serve.
Kill. 4 in a row then.
Yeah, and I
Tommy.
just mentioned that Wei Nan had a good net game, and then Tommy just goes up there and is even better.
Snatched at that one, didn't he? But he's no slouch, this man. Anybody who's been top 30. Career high of 17 in the world. He knows his way around a badminton court, that's for sure. Oh, it's a wonderful smash.
Service over.
Took all the pace out of that slice.
That's a good idea, mixing it up. Sometimes he had two very hard smashes, and then the final one comes, and of course Sugiarto is waiting for that hard smash once more.
Thank you.
So the sweat being mopped up then,
Quickly.
as these two just grab a cheeky drink. Such a physically grueling game in the heat of this stadium as well. A lot more fans in here today. Atmosphere really has picked up. And of course they love nothing more than watching their home players. The inflatable clappers are going crazy. The Indonesian flags out of the right-hand side of the stadium. And this place is rocking. Wonderful accuracy, and smart to hit it into that sort of left to right drift as well from Wei.
Yeah, I know when I made a good cut shot from his forehand corner before, but I think it's very important for Tommy that when he lifts, he should lift to the forehand side of Wei Nan, because his round ahead corner is very strong.
8, 9.
Last 3 points then for the man from Hong Kong.
9 all.
And I think Tommy has been looking at that serve, and he was ready there. He came forward, rushing in, but he flick served it.
Deadlock, nothing between them now.
10.
Wei Nan really getting it together. Go again, it just draws it in, doesn't it? I thought that was good judgment from Tommy, but again it just fell in just inside the line. Great judgment by Wei Nan. In fact, it was so reflexive. Brilliance.
You can see when it leaves the rackets, it looks like it's gonna really fly out there on the side of the doubles line, but it stays in.
So they head to the mid-game interval then. The yellow-shirted Wei Nan marginally ahead by just 1 point. Been on court for 8 minutes, that's all. Both men off to a flyer.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, we've had some cracking matches so far today. This is the 7th out here at the Istora Stadium. Atmosphere really kicking. No upsets. We thought there might be one on the cards. The third seed's in a little spot of bother in the doubles, the men's doubles just now, having lost that opening game. But they turned it around very, very well. Later today, we've got Lee Chon Wei in action against Mark Svibler. Kento Momota as well. Jano Jorgensen, Intanon in the women's singles, and Newell, they're up as well.
Service over.
14 matches for you today.
11 all. Service over. 12-11.
Yeah, Tommy being afraid of lifting to that forehand corner because of the drift from the left to the right, but then he needs to maybe just place it half a meter inside the line and go for that one instead, because if he keeps on lifting to that backhand corner, Vainan is just very good down there.
All. Fault.
Lost it in the lights.
Service over. 13-12.
Well, certainly a stronger start for the man from Hong Kong than his opening singles match, that's for sure.
Service over.
Just misjudging
13
that left side of the court for a second consecutive time.
Yes. 14-13.
So little between them, so much at stake. Defending semi-final points from last year, this man. Lots of them at World Championship level, of course. Level 1. A wry smile from the man from Hong Kong. Just clipped the tape.
Service over.
Oh, a buckling smash.
14-15.
Wainan. Yeah, he's never going to retrieve it from that situation, was he, Sugiarto?
15.
It's difficult from down there. And Wainan just anticipating that he's not going to hit it up in the air, but just trying to get it close to the net.
It's nip and tuck the whole way this opening game of this men's second round encounter.
Service over. 16-15.
Every point at this sharp end of the game, so vital. Jakarta resident, fully aware of that. I've been impressed with the touch from Wainan.
Service over.
Tight net shots.
16 all.
Yeah, he really got a tight net game, and I'm afraid that maybe Vainan, I don't know if he's got the stamina to keep up this pace, but if Tommy keeps on lifting to that side, we can just see that he's killing it from that round ahead corner in his backhand, and Tommy,
Thank you, Tommy.
haven't used his forehand corner at all, and I think that's a necessity if he is gonna get out of the attack from Vainan.
Well, it's a great section of the draw that they're in, because Paropali up above should have been meeting Kento Momota, the 4th seed, but he lost to Nguyen, the man from Vietnam, earlier today, so the 10th seed's out.
17.
That opens things
16.
up a little bit. But of course, it looks like, well, on paper now, that Momoto will come through that section. And, well, Sugiarto or Wei Nan could get through against Zulkifli or Scott Evans, the winner of that one. Then suddenly they're looking good. A place in the quarterfinals beckons there. Still deadlock here on the scoreboard.
17 all.
There's been a couple of runs of 5 earlier in the game. A couple of runs of 3 as well. It's been nip and tuck of late. Well, it makes for a great watch, doesn't it, Jesper? Because this is their 4th match. They're so familiar with each other's patterns of play that they kind of can preempt what's going to happen a little bit.
Yeah, and then they are also really fighting for the net, both of them, because of the drift in the hole. They want to have the attack, and this means they are getting far forward to get the attack and get the net. It's a tough rally, that one.
Well, the first one was good defensive turnaround from Wei Nan, but he couldn't manage a second.
18 all.
Sugiarto just upping the pace with the smash kill there. Still deadlock, remarkably tight. They both understand the impetus that first game has.
Yeah, that one is, of course, always important to have under your belt. Then you can relax a little more and play a little more free. I think, especially for Sugiarto, it would be important to get that first set.
And these guys, both men, very experienced. They understand that pressure is a privilege, where a lot of men just look a little bit fearful. I cast my mind back to Paulo Pali, the 10th seed who lost to New, and he just looked like he had a little bit of fear in his eyes. I don't know, he wasn't going after the win. He was playing not to lose to me, but there we are. That's my take. That's no disrespect to him. It's all about going after it, though, isn't it?
19,
In these
18.
tight conditions.
Stay on court. Wait.
Not suggesting that you always have to be the aggressor, but you've got to go and put thinking all the time about your strengths on your opponent's weaknesses. The moment you think about how good the player they are, then suddenly you become negative, right?
It's difficult not playing on your own strength, I would say. So definitely, you're right. They need to go for the win. They need to go for the points. Going for the point doesn't mean going for the lines and going for the tape, but just, you know, still trying to take the initiative is very important.
Again, we're locked in at 19 all.
Service over.
Wow, drama unfolding here in the Astora Stadium once again. What an atmosphere.
You are right, there's a great atmosphere in here, but I still also think that even the crowd is a little nervous in here. They're not as noisy as that sometimes are.
Well, when we walked in after that doubles, it was just an absolute wall of noise. So now look at this. Wei Nan has earned himself a game point. Sugiarto wants the court swept where he fell. So there's a sort of feeling of angst locally then for the supporters. Normally mega vocal at this stage. There is, as you rightly said, a little bit of a pause from them almost.
Yeah, they would also think that it's much too early for a player like Tommy Sugiarto to be out of the tournament, so they're really hoping for him to do better than this.
That was nervous. Wei Nan got that all wrong to his delight.
Service over. 20-all.
So again, deadlock.
Wei.
Who has the strength of character? It's all about these big moments, bringing your A game.
Umpires telling Wei Nan not to delay the game. Wei Nan wants the break as long as possible so he can keep on attacking.
What a turnaround there from Tommy. Wonderful get. Low to his forehand side. Fabulous lift. Full stretch. We might get to see it again. There it was. Foolish choice with the drift, really. That's pressure for you, though. His mind at that stage, you feel, was probably like a washing machine.
Thank you.
Yeah, he had some good chances from that round ahead corner, trying to kill it, and tried out a new solution, and maybe
21,
decided it a little too late and misplaced it.
.21 minutes played then. Tommy Sugiarto with game point. Oh, wonderful deception from Wei Nan to keep afloat.
21-all. Play.
Take it that didn't clear the net.
No, it didn't. That's the second time he's going for a tight net game and misses here in the end of the set.
It bobbled, it teetered, didn't it, for a while? Thought it might have wriggled over. Crowd delighted that it didn't. So here's Sugiarto with a second game point. Missed it. Going for a challenge and a breather.
Yeah, that's unnecessary. I think that one was quite far out, I think. Difficult to see in this angle, but from up here it definitely looked out.
Suspense is killing me. Yeah, well, wide, you're right. In badminton terms, not missed by a mile.
No, you know, this is quite a lot. That's maybe 3 or 4 centimeters, isn't it?
So unsuccessful challenge then
22-all
from the Indonesian. And we level up 22 apiece. That was laden with bone-crushing power.
Yeah, third time lucky. Wei Nan again went for the tight net game, and this time it was so tight that Tommy couldn't really lift it, and got a short lift, and Wei Nan killed it.
Brilliant response. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. That was world class.
Service over. 23-all. 24-23.
It's been really tight all the way from 16 all this. And now Sugiarto with his third game point opportunity here. I thought that was a pretty good lift. Wei Nan didn't.
Service over.
In a good way he did. He liked the lift.
It's a gutsy jump smash.
Yes. Wei.
Still nothing between them
Wei.
after 25 minutes of play. Certainly the longest game that I've commentated on over the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? I don't think I've had any matches going longer than 24 points.
Thank you, Tommy.
Still, this game is very much about who has the attack. Both of them doesn't want to lift and try to play that tight net game to get the attack.
He's a pretty cool customer, Wei Nan. He's come up with some wonderful touch around the net, particularly. Oh, reflexive brilliance.
25-24.
Yeah, again, Tommy ready for the serve. He knows that Wei Nan has a hard time serving, especially when it gets tight, and he tries to rush it, but Wei Nan just saves it.
Now, a game point opportunity for the yellow-shirted Wei Nan. Oh, he's missed it. Wei Nan earns himself the first game then.
First game
The
won by
crowd
Wei Nan,
relatively silenced.
24.
26 points to 24. Well, now the 15th seed with work to do, squandering 3 game points of his own. But you have to credit the man from Hong Kong. What a mental game he produced there. So after 27 minutes of play then, Wei Nan snatches the first game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Wow, what a tense opening game this men's second round encounter was between the 15th seed Tommy Sugiarto from Indonesia here, with a lot of support behind him locally.
Second game.
But it was Wei Nan that snatched it.
Love all.
Sugiarto,
Play.
to remind those of you just joining us, had 3 game point opportunities. But it's Wei Nan serving a game to the good. Start of the second game now.
One love.
You're in the company of Paul Hand and Jesper Larsen enjoying this match. Is there anything that Sugiarto needs to do, do you think, Jesper?
I definitely think he still needs to go for that attack and try to get the attack. But if he's in the defense, I think he should move those clears and those lifts to the forehand corner of Wei Nan, because he hasn't really had any success with using the backhand corner. And now he's also got the drift from the left to the right, so it's much easier lifting it down there where he is now. Just needs to be a little longer than that one, though.
That was tantalizingly close as well, wasn't it?
Tommy, okay.
Just wants to, Wei Nan indicating that he wanted to have the shuttle checked after he slammed it in.
Right now, he's even in the defense. He's moving Tommy around.
Yeah, that was always going wide.
3-2.
As you say, he seems particularly good, does Wei Nan, off that backhand side.
Service over.
Minor lapse in
3-4.
concentration.
Yes, I mentioned a couple of times he has a difficult time serving, and last time this happened against Howard Shu from United States. He made a lot of mistakes afterwards, and also now he lost the concentration again a little bit. It really annoys him when he makes service mistakes.
The Indonesian 15th seed making hay while the sun shines. In English, basically just capitalizing on that minor lapse of concentration from Wei Nan. Irrespective of the drift, and Tommy was gesturing there that he was waiting for the drift. It didn't come, and the shuttle just lands well inside the back line.
Yeah, this is what's difficult about playing in drift. If you lift it high like Wei Nan did there, then the drift won't take it and carry the shuttle. If you lift it flatter, then it will carry it out.
Service over.
Well, you feel, I know it's an obvious thing to say, but you feel that Sugiarto really does need to keep in front this game, especially having lost that first game. He needs to keep the pressure on now and front run well here. Compound some pressure onto the man from Hong Kong, who's been mentally, well, they both have to be fair, but very, very secure throughout. Using all of his 31 years of experience, Wei Nan, to get in this position. He's been around the block a few times, that's for sure. Deadly accurate with that smash. Cross court, wonderfully struck.
And this is the kind of rallies that Tommy wants. He wants to keep control, and he also wants the shuttle to get over that net maybe 15-20 times in a rally. That will take the pace out of Wei Nan and makes it easier to control the very good attack of Wei Nan.
9-4.
Wonderfully done, but surely across the net.
Didn't he call that a little late, the umpire?
Seemed to. It's a tough job, though, isn't it? They've got to be so alert to that stuff. And of course, they don't have the view of the replay like we do.
No, it is very difficult. It was just that Tommy was arguing with him that it was a mistake, and then he called it, and maybe he should just call it right away.
Nice deception on the off smash. Pronated that wrist beautifully there from in to out.
Yeah, now we can see the advantage for Tommy on this side. He can control the lift better, and in that way it's easier for him getting into rallies.
So 35 minutes played then. And in the mid-game break, it's the Indonesian sort of reasserting himself here. These are concerning times for the 15th seed.
20 seconds.
Difficult moments. Is order about to be restored? But, you know, we speak very often, don't we, about a good player needing a really, really severe test. And then somehow you can sort of breathe a big sigh of relief, let go, the shackles are off, and you can play really freely.
11-4.
That is true. And Wei Nan had that scare against Howard Hsu, and he also, from the beginning of this match, looked very relaxed. And I think what we will see now is that I'm not sure that he's going to try too much to get back in this set. I think he will conserve some energy and try to see if he can use that in the third set.
Service up, challenge.
Well, it's been called good. I thought it was
Tommy
good.
Sugiarto
Me too.
challenges.
Yeah. Sugiarto's gone to challenge. He's only got one left. That was a strange decision from Tommy there.
Yeah, he was standing just next to it, so he must be pretty sure since he's using the last one.
I was convinced that was in. Let's go upstairs to Hawkeye. See what it has to say. The heartbeat. It's so engaging, isn't it? The crowd love it. Atmosphere building beautifully here. Match nicely poised. Waiting for the Sugiarto challenge. It was a lot closer than I thought, but it was in.
Tommy Sugiarto, no challenges left.
So he's
Service
out of
over.
challenges.
5-11. Play.
But he's at home in Indonesia, so maybe he'll get a little bit of help from the line judges.
You can't say that. They've got to be impartial, and you know that.
Service over. 12-5.
Yes, thunderous pace, just buckling and spilling his opponent wide into the doubles tram.
Yeah, I think if you look at Wei Nan now, he looks like he's not interested anymore. It's just, yeah. He's giving up on this set.
Conserving energy, right, for the third game. Well, he definitely is a different player from this end than he was the other end, that's for sure. I think he's fully aware of that as well, as is Tommy. Well, he's 31 years old, he's in tip-top condition, but as you said, he had a tough first-round match. That went the distance. But, he certainly does have a very relaxed demeanor right now.
Yeah, he's given up on this set, and I'm pretty sure that if the two of them were to only play long rallies, that would be a huge advantage for Tommy. So Wei Nan knows that he's going to have some extra energy for the first set if he's going to win this match.
It almost looks like a bit of a sort of petulant moment for the yellow-shirted Wei. He looks disinterested and looking around elsewhere. He wants short points, that's for sure. You're absolutely right. Look at the way he closed there.
Service over.
He was a dead sucker for the lift, that's for sure.
6-16.
But it didn't come. So 10 points adrift then now, Wei Nan. I guess the trouble is, Jesper, that, you know, if he lapses and is a little bit too lazy, it might be hard for him to claw back the momentum after the loss of the second game, right?
That would usually be the case, but just with this guy, I'm not sure, because he can really look like somebody who doesn't want to play, and then the next rally just play incredible.
Service over.
Yes, he's got that sort of way of almost putting the opponent to sleep a little, hasn't he? The man from Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Certainly looks very, very relaxed now and carefree. He's definitely conserving his energy for game 3, that's for sure.
Thank Thank you.
Certainly a grueling environment in which to play badminton. Hot, sticky Jakarta conditions. Losing a lot of fluids, the players. Well, that one was gestured as out by the line judge. Mercifully for Sugiarto.
I think the line judge got it right again.
Called wide.
8-18. Service over. 19-8. Game point 8.
So, an abundance of game points then for the 15th seed. Limply conceded by Wei Nan, who will need to really get himself up together as we start this third and deciding game of this men's second round encounter. It's going to be fascinating. I, for one, am really looking forward to this. I'm sure you are as well, yes, but let's just have confirmation of that one. After 41 minutes then, Tommy Sugiarto levels up. The 15th seed looking good now in this deciding game. Who's it going to be that's going to make it to the finish line? There's a feeling of suspense around here.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, we've seen one upset on this court already in the men's singles earlier today. Kashyap Padapalli from India, the 10th seed, going down to Tianmin Nguyen of Vietnam in a very close match. 21-18 it was. World-ranked 34 player coming good after an hour and 5 minutes. Now, is Tommy Sugiarto, the 15th seed, able to survive this talent from Hong Kong?
Final game.
Who, from this end, was playing very, very well in the opening game, which he snatched. Very, very close game that was.
Yeah, the tactics now is going to be deciding this match. I think if Tommy can either get very high at the net, getting the attack, or if he can get out of all these lifts to the backhand corner. So, and oh yeah, he starts off with the forehand corner, and that worked out well.
Yeah, really upping the ante on the smash kill as well.
On the other hand, Wainan, you were mentioning it in the second set that he might have gone down in speed so much that he can't get up again. Let's see if he's ready now.
Yeah, it takes a lot of trust, that self-trust, doesn't it, to be able to then sort of get your resources up together and come out firing again as he levels up here.
1-all.
Certainly no indications of flatness, that's for sure. He looks very focused, but he tends to look around quite a bit, doesn't he, which is a little bit distracting, you would imagine, but not for him. He knows what works best for his mindset. Deadlock, a game all, 1-all in the decider. Well, anything up there, Sugiarto is pedaling behind it so well with his feet, so he can drive his body weight through the shuttle, leaving nothing to chance. Knows the importance of every single point at this stage, Jesper.
Yeah, and you can see in this rally that he's really ready for the net game now. He wants to get up and close down the net and have those lifts.
Two in a row then for Tommy. Oh, he's deadly on the net shot off the backhand side.
Service over.
Wei Nan.
2-3.
He can play that net so tight. It's incredible. And he also gets, his footwork is good because he's in full balance and he's standing very high at the net when he makes the shot.
Service over.
From down there, it's much more difficult.
4-2.
Wei Nan fully alert to the fact that, as you alluded to at the top of the programme, that Sugiarto would tend to play to the left side of the court as our camera looks down the court just because of the drift. And of course that's going into his favoured side, that backhand that delights him. Great end range control from the man from Hong Kong. Levels up 4-all.
Yeah, Sugiarto trying to rush the net and really play a tight net shot because he wants that attack. He doesn't want Wei Nan to have the smashing chance all the time.
Fault. 5-4.
So the purple-shirted Russian Open champion has his work cut out, that's for sure. Oh, it's a wonderful smash from Wei Nan.
6-4.
So accurate.
There is another solution that Tommy Sugiarto hasn't tried yet,
Yes.
and that is when you play a player like Wei Nan and he's that lethal from the back line and the attack. You could also just play some shots into the mid of the court, what we call the middle game, push them a little bit, not flat, but just push them a little bit behind the first service line. And in that way, you don't have to lift every time he plays it to the net. Tommy hasn't really tried that yet, but that could be a solution.
Service over. 5-6.
Well, the man from Hong Kong might look sort of a little disinterested and languid in the way he saunters around the court, but as you said earlier, once that point starts, he's electrically fast.
Service over.
And so solid in defence as well.
Yeah, Tommy forgetting a little bit that some of the winners he's made has been cut shots. Now he hits it hard. He pushes all the way down to Wei Nan every time he's got the attack. He needs to get it steeper and put some angles on it.
Oh, so quick to read that one. Pounced. who certainly seems to be saving his best till last.
Just towel.
Saved all his effort in the second game, only won 8 points. Indeed, we thought that was a sort of bit of a dodgy tactic, if you will, but look at him now. He's got the upper hand, albeit just a 2-point lead, but he's looking good. And he really is a different opponent this end.
Yeah, Wei Nan did everything right there, keeping the control, keeping the net, keeping the attack.
Spill long.
Service over. 7-8.
Maybe that's that mid-game rally is maybe a little harder than I would have expected him to, but it's still the right thing to do to get into this game instead of just lifting it for Wei Nan to hit it down.
Tommy Sugiarto having to play with such aggressive legs just to stay with Wei Nan at this end. So he's trailing 2 points as the 15th seed, really up against it now. Still a long way to go in this deciding game, but he's stalling, taking his time. That was a tough, grueling last point. Unforced error on the return of serve. That'll frustrate.
Yeah, I think Tommy expected to be behind when they are maybe changing ends, but he's also hoping to maybe only be behind 11-9 or definitely not 11-7.
Always missed it. So again, only 2 points between them.
8-10.
Certainly the pattern of play in the first game. They were neck and neck from 6-all onwards. Thunderous power to the delight of the local fans.
Again, the build-up is push, deception push towards the forehand, and then he gets the lift that he wants.
Seven minutes short of an hour on court. The second game wasn't that tough though for Sugiarto, so he'll have plenty in reserve, you'd imagine. And bear in mind, it's only their second match here.
10-all.
No problems with the back that we saw a couple of months ago from Sugiarto. It's in good shape. Deadlock, final set. Which one is this? Which way is this match going to swing now? Good lead from the 15th seed. Very, very alert.
Yeah, Wei Nan will be unhappy with the way that he lost the last 4 points. He was up there 10-7 and would have had a good lead changing ends.
Quickly.
Is there anything that's jumping out at you, Jesper, about why he lost those 4 points in a row?
Not really. I just, of course, Tommy did some good things, but he also kind of didn't really push the pace as he maybe should have.
So just the solitary point between them.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court
Change
1,
of ends
20
in this
seconds.
deciding game. Coaches on court.
Thank you, coach.
Right in the ear of their charges. They follow them round assiduously.
Yeah, I'm just watching Wei Nan as he asked the umpire to change his shoe. I think he's getting new shoes now. I don't know if something happened to him or with the shoe during the last couple of rallies. Sometimes when it's this hot as it is here in Sanayan, you can actually sweat through your shoe. So this means that your shoes get so wet that it's floating down onto your sole, and you can't really get a grip on the floor.
Yeah, it's not really synonymous with a man who didn't really try that hard in the second game, but I totally understand where you're coming from. Absolutely. So a lot of players do sweat profusely when they're playing, don't they? And of course, that would be really very dangerous. So I understand. It's a great explanation from you there. So the seeded player in the purple shirt with the marginal lead here of just 1 point in this race to 21. Again,
11-10.
Wei Nan wanting the shuttle changed to get the little bit more speed out of it.
It's so difficult lifting from that side. He really needs to take charge and take the net again, get the lifts and the attack, and that's what he does here.
Service over. 12-13.
Well, Tommy had won the last 3 points until that one there, which he lost.
All.
2 in a row then for Wei Nan to bring parity here to the scoreboard. Well, that's just admirable, mesmerizing control.
14-13.
Yeah, I don't think there are many players having the same skills at the net as Wei Nan does.
Well, you saw the feathers fly out of that shuttle as he cracked it with all of his might.
Just having a look down at Sugiarto's coach, and he's also showing him lift it towards the forehand instead of cross-court lifting it to that backhand, because he's killing you.
Wei Nan.
4 in a row then for Wei Nan, who's just spotted the feather on the court, just below the net. He wants that removed.
Yeah, I think that was the sticker from that's inside the shuttle.
Oh, that's gorgeous again. Just such tight net shots from Wei Nan.
16-13.
15th seed could do nothing about that. Anxious moments out here on court 1. This one bubbling up nicely.
Play.
And Tommy needs to step forward to that serve now, putting some pressure on it. Oh, he also did. And then instead of lifting, playing the mid-court. Forehand attack.
14,
Well, he heard
16.
you. He went wide to the forehand, Sugiarto, and stopped the run of 5 points in a row then for Wei Nan, who seems so incredibly focused right now. Different man than he was in the second game, where he played a very limp game to conserve his energies. For those of you, if you're just joining us, he kind of gave that away. Look at the way he's come out here so far in this third game. It's really, really scintillating badminton. So, the 15th seed trailing 2 points. 14-16 in this third deciding game. It's called wide. Wei Nan's not going to challenge.
16.
I think that's a good call by the line judge.
And that's wide as well. 3 in a row for the seeded player. to level up here. Oh, he's found the smash. What an angle.
Got no challenge.
Now he's got nothing left, yeah.
Well, he went for
Service
the
over.
challenge, but he doesn't have any, does he?
17-16.
It's not an option. He doesn't have any challenges left, right?
Exactly, yeah, he used both of them. Now we're sitting
have no
just
challenges left.
long line here, and
Sorry?
Yeah, that was in.
I think that was in, yeah.
Inside the line.
You can't, I can't.
That
you have
feels
no
like a
challenges
kind
left.
of
You have used
desperation
them both.
attempt from Tommy.
I don't think, you're right, but I don't think that he actually knew that he had
16.
already used the two options he had.
A bit too cute from Wei Nan. He rarely misses them.
17-all.
He did the same in the first set where it got close and tight in the end. He was going for some of these shots and also missing them, but he keeps on going for them. So, yeah.
Thunderous power again upstairs
Service
on
over.
the overhead. Seals the point.
17.
Yeah, but it's that net drop to begin with that makes Tommy lift it very short.
Brilliant turnaround from Sugiarto there. What a spectacular point to level us up at 18 all in the third.
I know that you have to be careful guessing, and you never know what would have happened if Wei Nan won that point, but I think that was decisive for the match.
18-all.
Good judgment. It was well long in the end. Wei Nan keeping his
Service
cool,
over.
as he has done
19-18.
throughout. He's played a very measured mental match. He's 2 points away from the round of 16.
Yeah, and as you mentioned in the beginning of this match, playing at home, you still need to take the risk, you still need to take charge, to take the initiative. Tommy is quite defensive right now, ending up lifting to Wei Nan, getting late at the net all the time. He needs to step forward, he needs to take the chances, take the risks at the net.
Oh, that's a brilliant close. He's all over that one. Breaks the string in doing so, but he levels up.
Service over.
He actually breaks the string on the first match he's got, and then luckily for him it was such an easy kill, the last one.
19-all.
Well, which way is this one going to swing next? Who knows? Half of
Play.
Indonesia, you feel, holding their
Play.
breath right now.
Let. Play.
Wei Nan asking if Tommy wants to hit with that new racket. Tommy moving forward. risk. In this rally, he really moved forward. He stepped in. Oh, he's missed it long.
You're absolutely right. His base position, he's come forward significantly to try and take it early. 20 all.
Did you see that look from Wei Nan when he stepped forward there looking at him?
You always have tight matches. Wei Nan 2-1 up in the head-to-head. He believes. Oh, he's found it. 2 jump smashes out of the top draw
20
for Wei Nan. He has a match point himself now. Can he do what Tommy Sugiarto couldn't and convert it? Found it. He's created the upset. Wei Nan through after 68 minutes in a really spirited fight. It was nip and tuck the whole way. He's absolutely delighted with that win, and he increases his head-to-head lead. 3 wins to 1 over the 15th seed. Tommy Sugiarto out of the tournament. Wei Nan delighted with his efforts.
Thank you.
What a match, Jesper.
Yeah, that was definitely a good match. Wei Nan mentally strong in this match. Both sets that he wins is in decisive points, and then he just gives away that second set.
And you feel that the 3 game points squandered by Sugiarto in the opening game really coming back to haunt him in the end. But it was a great performance from both, a cracking match to watch, and you have to credit the 15th seed. He fought to the bitter end, but in the end, it was the cool, calm, composed man from Hong Kong, Wei Nan, who's come through another 3rd game epic. Confirmation in 1 hour and 9 minutes, 22-20. Wei Nan through to the round of 16. Wow, chance to just catch your breath then after that 15th seed being ejected in round 2. Tommy Sugiarto ousted by Wei Nan. Now we're going to be bringing you women's doubles. I don't know about you, but just a chance to bring the pulse down a little bit after that one. Drama unfolding to the full then on day 3 in the Istora Stadium, Jakarta, for this 2015 BWF World Championships. It's been fantastic fun throughout. We're bringing you 14 matches today. 6 men's singles, 3 women's singles, 3 women's doubles and 2 men's doubles. Something for everybody, all barring no mixed doubles today on this show court. Lee Wong-chae, he's up later against Wiebler, the 12th seed. As is Kento Momota as well, and Jano Jorgensen later as well, the 2nd seed, arguably the most physically fit man in the tournament, in action again later. But we'll be bringing you women's doubles next, vying for the round of 16. The 5th seeds, reigning Olympic gold champions from 2012 in London, and defending champions no less as well in this event 2014 in Copenhagen. Chan Qing and Zhao Yunli from China. There's their section of the draw.